Hey folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium on the 31st of May 2024. Today is the last day of May, and so tomorrow please remember to update your product keys because we are going to be on the 1st tomorrow, so product keys will need to be updated. I just wanted to show you some stuff that I'm working on currently. This is the interface for the Pipnotic Compass, which is, I think what it'll be is a back-end tool that I will use to populate some front-end tool. I don't know exactly. This is just like a tool that I'm currently working on that gives me the ability to explore data using the different modules that I'm currently writing, and I have quite a few different modules. I've just kind of finished this assistant here, and this is pretty cool because this is based on AI. So what I can do is I can type in something that I want to take a look at. This is just an example of something that might be of interest to us. So I want to look at these assets: gold, silver, crude, Euro USD, the cable, the dollar yen, the S&P 500, and Bitcoin. And I want to do these 7 things for each of these assets, and then I want it to be comprehensive, and I want the information, the response, to be something that is actually valuable and useful. This is just the default prompt. You can put whatever you want, but this is just something that will give you a little bit of motivation. Then I click on this, then it starts running, starts crunching, it feeds all of this data to an LLM and analyzes it, and then it returns a result for us. And the result is something that you'll see in just a second, but it's pretty interesting because it enables us to see all of these 7 things for each of the assets that I mentioned here. So it's pretty cool. Then you can download it. I can click on a button, I download it. I'm working on another thing where I can click on another button and it reads it to me, so I can listen to it if I'm kind of trading and whatnot. So this is just one of the modules here. It's pretty funky, and I think it's a pretty powerful tool. Okay, here, so it was generated successfully. So we have, I'm really into cycles, as you all know, so I want to know what's going on in the micro, medium, macro. So the micro interest rate expectations and short-term inflation data. This is just stuff that will affect gold here and now. Got a mosquito there, those cheeky monkeys. Then we have supply and demand zones marked off here. We have sentiment analysis, so this is going out and it's reading important and interesting news feeds that tell us a little bit about the sentiment for gold. Support and resistance. Then we have some predictions. And so predictions: short-term bullish if inflation persists and bond yields remain low. So this is telling us that we want to keep an eye on inflation and bond yields. So if these remain low, well, then we're going to see a shorter term rallying. And then we have some geopolitical stuff, which is important, and then some recommendations. And this is happening for silver, crude, Euro USD, the British pound, the dollar yen, and the rest that I spoke about just a second ago. So it's pretty interesting. Okay, then I have this one here. This is the commitment of traders stuff, and I have, of course, all of the information here that. Wrong one. This is the stuff that we have available to us, the modules that enable us to explore the data. Let's just do gold here once more. Okay, so I can go like that and click here, and then it shows us the results for gold over a very long period of time, since all of 2017 and until now. So here you can see the fluctuations of the net positions for gold, and you can see how we were negative, and then we got very negative, and now we're less negative. And this is based on all of the participants. Then you can see here, this is the net positioning for each category: the commercials, non-reportable, non-commercial, and the total reportable. And then this enables you to dissect just a little bit these different groups. And here you can see that the commercials are slightly short than the non-commercials are long, and this is why we're seeing this negative bias here. And this has been the case. There's been a slight heavier weighting on short contracts in the futures markets for gold than there has long. So pretty interesting. And though when you know that, you can just go and you can begin to take a look at these groups. And here you can see that, yeah, I mean the speculative groups, hedge funds, speculative money, they are predominantly long gold, and you can see that we have. It's probably easier if I do it here. You can see how the dark blue, which is the short, the light blue, which is the long. You can see that the short positions are decreasing, contracting, and the long positions are expanding. So this is for gold. Okay, so this is really interesting. But maybe I want to focus. I want to use AI for this, and I can just go like this. I built like a request in. Looks at gold, so I'm just gonna grab gold, and I'm gonna let it do that. So when I click that, it calls some Python, and then it runs it into OpenAI, and then we start to crunch the data, and then it spits out this this response, which I think is really interesting. And so here you can see the overall of the COT data. This just tells us a little bit about the groups, which we already know. Recent trends in gold. You can see there have been an increase in short positions among commercials, suggesting increased hedging activity. This could indicate that commercial participants are becoming more cautious about potential price drops. Okay, the non-commercial speculators have shown a notable increase in long positions. This suggests a bullish sentiment, possibly driven by expectation of rising gold prices due to economic uncertainties. And this is definitely true because the central banks destroying currencies, and so people are looking for some kind of a safe haven because cash is maybe less of a safe haven than it has been historically. And then we look here, we have like a bit of a comparison of what's going on now relative to what happened in the past, and we have a bit of analysis on that. And then we have the current economic context of gold, which is interesting. We have inflation concerns, interest rates, geopolitical tensions. We have potential future scenarios. So here we have, if market participants continue to expand economic instability, we may see a further increase in speculative long positions. Combined with dovish central bank policies and inflation fears, gold prices could significant upward trend, possibly testing new highs. So this is really interesting, and this is actually something that I think most people can agree on. Then we have a conclusion. And then you can click on that, and we can download that just here if we wanted to take a look at that. But it's really, really powerful stuff. So that's where we're at currently. I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to obviously continue to develop this, and I'm going to essentially use this as like a back-end tool that will be used to populate some kind of a front end, be it the dashboards or some different project. It could run as an API where some of the algos kind of draw on the data available within the context of the compass, and this might be quite interesting as well. So, but I don't know exactly what it's going to be used for, but for the time being, it's intellectual stimulation developing, and it's also actually a tool that's actually really powerful, and something that I use a lot in my trading. Good. Well, I'm going to leave it at that for the time being. If you have any questions, requests, or comments, please let me know. Thanks for watching.